having is gonna be easy.
I think I'm losing them.
You go on out there and you defend your boys.
Football is about making good decisions, and gambling don't build character.
What we supposed to do if we can't practice?
You stay focused!
We're waiting on a phone call to see exactly what's going on.
Attention, faculty and students. I've just been informed by the Dallas superintendent that our football team has been reinstated.
With another video. And this video, we are talking about Mike Zimmer, our defensive coordinator, because we have a lot of questions. Everybody got questions all over the place. But as you can see, some of the videos, shout out to Tuck. Go watch that video. He broke down everything when it pertained to what happened with the Cowboys on the field, which I said this in my video. I said that it's the players. And, you know, the players got to rise up, step up to the occasion and play some football. Everything is in front of them. We can't keep baby caking and talking about, you know, giving excuses for this, that, or the other. We need, you know, it's the coach, it's this, it's that. Well, I mean, yeah, we gonna go on through the whole season with it and come to realize that you know, the play on them is gonna be the results. It's just what it is. You know, you can't keep saying that. I mean, you know, it's a whole bunch of variable reasonings that could be. But at the end of the day, the players need to get out there on the field and put it out there on a big display and perform. I understand everything. You could show them all kind of videos about, you know, cracking a bull's skull and all that, and that's supposed to make them more, you know, physical when they go out there. I doubt it, because the physicalness got to be within their self. They got to have the mindset to want to go out there and be physical regardless. I mean, you could show them tapes of Mike Tyson boxing, knocking out niggas, but I mean, I don't think that's gonna matter. You know, it's at the end of the day is what they come together on and realize they're gonna have to put out on the field. But with that said, I'm gonna get quickly into this article on about Mike Zimmerman, on Mike Zim, put it like that. And I like to go to my man Patrick Walker. He always have exclusive right. He is a great writer for the Dallas Cowboys. He always have exclusive information for us to go on, you know, pertaining to what going on in Big D. So let's get into this right fast, and let's see what they are talking about. So, okay. All right, let's get with it. It says, Frisco, Texas. Mike Zimmer has felt this thing before. This is not his first rodeo. So, you know, they trying to get us to realize that Mike Zim been in this position before. And they got a name for this too. So, you know, sometimes your history it means a lot. So we need to take notice of this and really check it out and see what they are talking about concerning what Mike Zimmer has experienced. Okay, it says that he remembers it as too well. He remembers it all too well. As a matter of fact, and he referenced it directly shortly after he was rehired as the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator this offseason. The it in this scenario is the infamous pickle juice game. And those who know and what happened, and what happened at the hands of the New Orleans Saints reignited a trauma within Zimmer. Man, this is so familiar, you know what I'm saying, to him. So, you know, this is getting very interesting on what I'm seeing. So let's get deeper into this. Let me see what they're saying. They say more on that in a moment, though. I think the biggest thing is, like last week, don't get too high, and this week, don't get too low, said Zimmer on Monday following the shellacking. We've got a lot of areas that we need to improve. Obviously, in the NFL, it's kind of like that. A bunch of ups and downs. Yeah, I wish people understand that, and fans, because they seem to act like this is not the NFL and that it's hard to win in the NFL. They don't see how hard it is to win 12 and to go 12-5, you know, in a season, you know, every year for 3 consecutive years. That's not an easy task, but that's what we would say, you know. Oh, the Cowboys can win games. Oh, they can win games. Well, okay, they can win games. That means a lot. That's a lot. That's more than what you're trying to downplay it as. Okay, let's continue into this article. It says tough people fight through it. Okay, that's what Zimmer said. Okay, tough people fight through it. He said he went on the tape to take full accountability for what his defense put on film only 1 week after taking Deshaun Watson and an offense that features Amari Cooper out to the woodshed in Cleveland. But watch Derek Carr throw for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns on only 11 attempts, in large part set up by the Cowboys' inability to stop the run. Zimmer disputes Michael Parsons' assessment that it was an effort issue, though I don't know that's the case, he said. I think we got lined up fine. We were trying to move the front some, and they caught us a couple times, and when they were moving guys, so I've just got to do a better job. Man, ain't that sound like somebody that's real about their position, to take the whole blame. He put it literally on his shoulder to say, this is something I gotta fix. Wow, I give kudos to him for being that type of defensive coordinator, man. You know, he accepting the whole package deal when I'm sitting up here saying it's the players. Zim saying, no, it's me. All right, let's continue on in this article. He said, I said I've watched you guys for over 3 months now, right? I've never seen us at one practice like that. I've never seen us give up plays in a practice like that. I mean, these guys typically, they are on point and do everything the right way. They play very, very hard. They like to compete. Again, I didn't allow them to use our strength, which is being able to get him into some third down situations and passing situations. So I've got to do a better job. For those who don't know of the infamous pickle juice game in Cowboys lore, a very abbreviated history lesson is in order here. On September the 3rd, 2000, the Cowboys hosted the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 1 of the debut season of Dave Campo as head coach, and with Zimmer having been promoted to coordinator. All the Eagles did was blow the doors off of Texas Stadium in the tune of 41-14. Man, that seemed kind of related, right? It's using pickle juice to stem cramping in the Texas heat as Deuce Staley ran for 201 yards on the ground and totaled 262 yards from scrimmage, I marked a turning point in how Zimmer approached defense, swearing his fealty to stop the run at all costs. His fealty to stop the run at all costs versus allowing the run for the sake of selling out to stop the pass. He is a former defensive back coach, after all, and he's never once changed that tune since. So when he watched Alvin Kamara rack up 180 yards from scrimmage, 115 rushing, and 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, the Saints totaled 190 rushing yards on an average of 5.8 yards per carry. It was the turn of the century all over again. Yeah, I talked to the defense today for a while, Zimmer said. We watched film together. We talked about things we need to do better, things I need to do better. And we'll keep working on it. My first game here as coordinator was the pickle juice game. I saw to fix it after that. If I didn't fix those, I wouldn't be standing here today. Zimmer letting them know, listen, I can fix this here. So, I'm qualified. I done did this before, so don't, just pump your brakes. Don't, think I'm just here just because I can't get the job done, or I'm here just because that I can't fix this. Come on, man. I sat back and I watched and observed this whole situation and felt like deja vu, because that's why many people wonder, oh, what happened to Zim? Oh, it's the front office that's stopping him from cussing. It's the front office for stopping him from getting in the face of some of the Cowboy players and correcting them and this, that, and the other. Well, that ain't what's going on. The truth of the matter is Zim just explained himself that he was stuck in the moment and he was looking at this situation as a deja vu moment, and he's letting it be known that I can fix this here. So don't worry about it. But let's continue in the article. It says Zimmer went on to gently improve the Cowboys' run defense going forward. Now they talking about in that particular era, particularly in his second season as coordinator in Dallas only. Excuse me. As it stands, he's not under contract for a second season at this time. That means he'll need to get it repaired far more quickly in his second stint as the defensive maestro. Zimmer blames his scheme. Parsons blames lack of effort. The film blames lack of execution. Truth is, maybe it was all of the above. And if the Cowboys don't get it fixed quickly, they'll be in quite the pickle in 2024. So that's what that means, then, that the Cowboys got to get this corrected. So if they don't get this corrected, then what would be made from this game? So, but we know that Mike Zimmer is letting us know that he got the goods. It's nothing that he can't solve. It's nothing that he can't fix. So, I was going to put on a video about it, what Mike Zim said in his, but I mean, it's pretty much detailing and depicting the same thing. So with that being said, now we need to go forward and see what the Cowboys going to do next from this, and we'll see how they handle things, on a different level than what already has been. So with that being said, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think about what Zimmer is saying about this and the relativeness of the game of the pickle game that they had, the pickle juice game rather, that had transpired back in 2000 when Zimmer made to be the coordinator, the defensive coordinator back then, and what he's saying now. So he have to have a quicker diagnosis to get this settled than he did then, because he had another year to be able to do it when he only had 1 year under his contract right now. But with that being said, by him having the experience, he should be able to get it done more quicker than he did then, because now he knows exactly what's the problem is, and he sees it very clearly and well. Because the way he sat back and talked about it, it lets us see that, hey, Mike Zimmer got a hand on this. It's no problem, you know. Well, let me go into a little bit of this video. Maybe that'll help some of us to understand what Mike Zimmer is feeling and how you can see the expression. It's different when you can see the expression from that individual's face instead of just hearing, you know, the words that were said.
Okay, guys, fire away.
David Moore, Pulse Morning News. Understanding you don't have much of a sample size here in September, but when you have such a wide variance in performance from 1 week to the next, how do you characterize that? How do you articulate it? What did you say to the players?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, like last week, don't get too high. This week, don't get too low. We got a lot of areas that we need to improve in, obviously. Life in the NFL is kind of like that. You got a bunch of ups and downs, and tough people fight through it.
Clarence Hill, City, Dallas. Michael said last night it wasn't a scheme issue, it was an effort issue. How did you, what did you assess, the inability to stop the run? Was that a scheme or effort issue?
I don't really think it was an effort issue. I think, that team, they beat us off the snap quite a few times. Got us where I thought we were slow with our hands, and that's my fault. I got to get them better ready to play than that. I talked to them during the week about it, but at the end of the day, we didn't get moving quick enough. They quick counted us a few times. Obviously, they got a good scheme, but it was things that we'd worked on. It wasn't. All the even the Wildcat play we worked on.
Are they hesitant because they didn't know what they were doing, or just you said?
No, I don't know if that's the case. I think we got lined up fine. We were trying to move the front some, and that caught us a couple times too when they're moving a guy. So I just got to do a better job.
Todd Archer with ESPN. You know how the league works. Do you anticipate more from Baltimore to doing some of this stuff, or are they kind of locked into how they run it and it's different than what?
Yeah, well, in this league, they're all going to copycat, so we have to fix the things that we didn't do well, and move on from there. And obviously they're going to have their meat and potatoes that they do.
What did you make of your defensive tackle play?
You know what? Really, most of the guys, I didn't coach up good enough. It's really not. Really isn't one spot. It was, there was things that, we didn't do well. We ran under some blocks. We had some perimeter run force issues. But that's me.
John Machado with The Athletic. The defensive tackle position really hasn't been a big strength around here for a while. What gives you the confidence that you do have the right guys to get the job done?
Yeah, it will be. I've done this for 28 years in this league. I've seen a lot of defensive tackles. As long as they continue to do what we're asking them to do, they'll have success. They may not be the greatest pass rushers, but we've got other people to do that. But it's like the game last night. We didn't allow us to rush the passer because they didn't give us opportunities because we didn't get the run stop. So I just obviously have to make a better effort of it. I got to get more detailed in the things that I'm telling them. I got to make sure that we're working those specific details every single day, which we will.
Mike Sadi's The Athletic. 18 snaps for DeMarvion Overshown yesterday. Just what do you need from him to be able to use him in the base defense?
Well, the thing is that, you know, we've got some linebackers that we like. The week before, we didn't anticipate being in so much subgroup packages. This week, we didn't anticipate being in quite so many base down packages. So, you know, each week is going to be different for each guy. And, you know, talking about Demo, he's coming off an ACL, missed all of spring, didn't really get out there until we got to OTA. So he's working his way back in, and that will continue to go forward as we go. But you know, he's going to get plenty of reps.
All right. So you heard people saying that, you know, he wasn't playing because he was so small and all this and that. He wasn't a bigger linebacker. That ain't even the case. Zim made it known that it didn't have nothing to do with none of those things. So it was just basically, you know, a rotation, however he felt that, you know, what fits what at the certain time. So, like I said, man, you got to give this man kudos. And I think those guys will play hard for him just because he made the choice to go on ahead and put it on his back and say, well, you know, and I don't believe he's just saying it. He's really meaning what he didn't do. So, but by him acknowledging the fact that he didn't do it, instead of trying to be, you know, right and boastful and still try to act like, you know, he's this type of coordinator and the guys just failed us. You know, he really being honest about it and putting the onus on top of his shoulder. That spells a lot for your defensive coordinator, you know. So I like what I heard, and I'm looking at that. Hey, things gonna be better, and will we get a quick turnaround? I don't know, but I believe something is gonna take place, and next week we're gonna have to really prove something. So I think if we lose this game coming up, then, you know, the people that's already the way they is, oh man, they really gonna shun us. But it's all good. I see promise. I see great things still can transpire through this situation. So this might be like they say, they putting out that it is humbling, but we will see. You know, the Cowboys know how good they are. And with that being said, like I say, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about, you know, the things that Mike Zimmer said and where you think this Cowboy team gonna be. Do you think this defense gonna turn it around? Can they turn it around for next week against the Baltimore Ravens? Or you think they're gonna crash and fail again? You know, and they gonna be able to, you know, do the blueprint that they think they have against us and be successful. So, you know, and that's another thing I'm hearing, that there's a blueprint. That's the blueprint, you know, that the Cowboys got exposed. Is that an exposure? Not from what Zimmer's saying. It's not an exposure. It's just something that he didn't do. So with that being said, like I say, leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this content, you know, and I thank each and every you for subscribing to this channel already. I thank each and every one of you, and it wouldn't even be possible for me to be here right now. So with that being said, this is the Cody Show, and I'm out. Salute.